Good morning, 19th November 21, Singapore Shipowners. For what is going on in crew management, net and gross wages, we provided this idea of $1 trillion intrinsic value, 100 years. Of course, this is the direct cost, but most of direct actions have indirect times 10. Therefore, total is times 11. We have this example from COVID when one of the car companies was going to close in Barcelona this year, 1 year ago, and the journalist then one day they expressed that one job in that factory would have indirect effect of 10 more jobs, suppliers and so on. Therefore, it is very clear that if we say in employers worldwide, seafarers, there is $1 trillion because the gross and net wage can really be cut 20%, approx. Wage scales, if we look at Filipino wage scales, Indian wage scales, there is a lot of columns that are neither wage nor employers, ship owners money. Therefore, if we erase those, we are providing the industry, the maritime industry, with $1 trillion more in 100 years calculation. And I have videos about this. Now, that's why I wanted to be director of IMEC. And of course, because there's not so many of my group here in Bilbao, I did not get the votes, I guess, because either you are Greek or you are of ship managers or you don't get votes. But there is always a reason to calculate this intrinsic value of indirect too. So we have one job in this car industry and then 10 indirect lost by one, total is 11. This is very simple concept. So if we have $1 trillion intrinsic value into the maritime industry, employers, ship owners in 100 years, therefore plus indirect is 11. It's very simple. Therefore, it is the total 11 intrinsic value trillion to the maritime industry if we cut the gross and net wages. Of course, by doing this, we are providing the main argument and the debate, which I love, to help Singapore goodwill. Why? Because we are confirming that the smallest gap between gross and net wage, it is the way that the shop has to pay the workers throughout the world, like in Singapore. Not only that, we see that early 22, all small and medium companies in Spain related to bars, restaurants, and also to small shops. They are talking about 200,000 little companies go bust because legislation in Singapore. That's why Candina is in Singapore as headquarters. We have this Chapter 11, Chapter 15 restructuring, whilst in Spain, for example, restructuring is only able for 5% companies. 95% go to intensive care unit. So, Stone Age government system. This is something that the judges will have to one day look after their reputation. It's like doctors. If everybody going to intensive care unit survives 5%, then doctors would have a problem. Judges today have a problem. They have to solve this worldwide. And this is the kind of ideas we are providing in Candina. Also, we are growing very much in local crew. For example, Singapore ship owners going via Panama Canal. We have offices in Latin America of $200 joining and disembarking in Panama, let's say from Honduras, from Salvador, Guatemala, all these countries joining and disembarking in Panama. It's responsible way, it's very competitive, and also I believe that the American humans are believing that the maritime industry is a hero way of bringing intrinsic value. It's a further 22 million I calculated to respective countries in America, and hopefully they will adapt the maritime education. This is in the officers a little issue. Also, the Singapore flag would have to accept these Latin American countries for officers. This is something I beg today, 19th November. Why not have a great positive attitude? I think Peru is pending. I think Panama has not been approved. I think that Venezuela not been approved. Why not provide temporary approval and then require more audits, more constraints, and more closing items, and that way perhaps we can have a more responsible future if we have less emissions of less flights, and the corporate social responsibility of really a huge country like Singapore. What can we do to help other countries? Well, I think it's something human to help other countries, that we are all the same, and if it is going to cut emissions and flights and cost and competitive advantage and generate corporate social responsibility, that's great. Now, in Candina also, we are providing these 3% agency fees if any of you intend to provide fleets, because we get economies of scales. And yes, you can look to Bilbao. Here I am open 24/7. We are members Candina Fleet PTA Limited of Singapore Shipping Association, and we look forward to continue also with the interns programs that we have with Nanyang Maritime University. And if any of you want to work with Candina, here we are. Take care, nice weekend, like and subscribe. Bye.